and all that other good stuff so we can get into it. How many women, but I do got this question though. How many women will let their father choose their husband? How many? Would you? Let us know.
Someone told me love was only in the movies. It don't exist in real life these days, no. But you showed me if I only just find the faith I need to believe. Anything is possible if you want it bad enough. Know the sky ain't too high, test your limits. You can feel unstoppable, incredible. Almost there, I can see I'm so ready. This has gotta be tonight. The dreams come true. Hey, everything feels just right. I guess when I'm with you, you know that I'll be home alone. Did you feel my love? Did you feel my love? How you like? Did you feel my love? Oh, yeah, when I'm with you, you know that I'll be home alone. Did you feel my love? Did you feel my love? Hey, someone told me that it's unlikely to do all the things you wanna do, cause life just ain't fair now. But don't be lonely, find somebody, then it won't be so hard for you to see that anything is possible if you want it bad enough. Know the sky ain't too high, test your limits. You can feel unstoppable, incredible, almost there, I can see I'm so ready. It just gotta be tonight. The dreams come true. Hey, everything feels just right. Yeah, when I'm with you, you know that I'll be home alone. Did you feel my love? Did you feel my love? I'm how you like. Did you feel my love? Oh, yeah, when I'm with you, you know that I'll be home alone. Did you feel my love? Did you feel my love? Everything that I've ever wanted right in front of me. Not a dream, eyes wide open. Girl, I'm here, and I'm coming in. Doors are closing. I won't run, cause I'm chosen. I won't run, cause I know that this has gotta be tonight. The dreams come true. Hey, everything feels just right. Yeah, when I'm with you, you know that I'll be home alone. Did you feel my love? Did you feel my love? I'm how you like. Did you feel my love? Oh, yeah, when I'm with you, you know that I'll be home alone. Did you feel my love? Did you
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. I am your host, Georgia, first black governor, and we are here live this beautiful Thursday morning. It is nice outside. Chilly, but nice. Right. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Stevie Steve. Good morning to the people that are watching that I can't see. If you would like, state your name, say hello. We are here. Good morning. Everybody say good morning to everybody. I am in the building. First off, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, Stevie Steve? How is everybody doing? I can tell you that I am alive. I am well. I am blessed and highly favored. I am thankful to be here. Thankful for my wife and children, our parents and siblings, and our family, friends, and foes. So I'm grateful for you all. I am thankful that you are here to participate in this beautiful thing called the Wake, Bake, and Coffee Morning Show. To my people that's on Facebook, make sure you hit the like button, share, invite your friends in. If you are on YouTube, please hit the like button if you're on YouTube. Please. Right. Hit that like button if you're on YouTube. Make sure if you haven't subscribed, you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. When you hit the notification bell, click on all so you can get all the notifications for when we go live and when we do pop-up videos. So, yes. So, it is the Mama Quita Love Series. My father chose my husband. And as I asked before we jumped into the music and all the bells and the whistles, I asked, how many of you women will allow your father to choose your husband? How many? How many of y'all will allow your father to choose your husband? That's a great question. Ooh, how many? You'd be like, God, that sounds like an arranged marriage. Well, they said your end was written before your beginning. So I'm going to just go out on the limb to say that you was already arranged before you was even born. But however, this is not my love series. This is the Mama Quita Love Series. So I'm going to leave room for that. But I'm just going to toss that on out there. So Mama Quita will be here shortly. Actually, Mama Quita is here. Mama Quita just getting herself together. And let me slide on out of the picture as far as I can slide out the picture. See how long you be talking? See, that what I was talking about yesterday. Then you watching the replay like, why is that way?
Well, I didn't know that y'all could hear all the dings and bings from my microphone because Gov don't have my microphone like his. See, he's got all this stuff to make sure that you don't hear that other noise.
Oh.
So I didn't know.
Oh, no. They wouldn't hear all that noise if you would speak up into the mic and then people can hear you. Then what I can do is I can cut your... No, it ain't about yelling. I can cut your mic down and then they won't hear the ding, the dong, the ding, dong, dong, the dong, dong, ding, the ding, the dong, dong, ba da ba ba da da dong, the ba ba da ding, the ding, ba ba da.
That's how I feel about this right now. I am so sorry that I don't yell. Hey, do what you do.
Ding dong. Let the storm begin. That's what Steve said. Let the storm begin.
I don't even know.
You don't know. But you don't know.
It's the quiet storm
It's
with Mama Quita.
See? Very low.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
And then when I turn you sky high, then I can hear the AC.
Oh, so you did that on purpose?
No, I always turn you up because you be, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hey, Stevie Steve. Good morning, little daddy. Hey girl, how's everybody doing? That's how you sound. Sitting next to me. So I have to cut your mic all the way up so they can hear the AC blowing. They can hear the birds chirping outside. They can hear they can hear your nose hair when you're breathing through your.
Lies. They can barely hear me when I'm talking. Shut up.
Help me out, Steve. Tell her. She be low. And
Whatsoever. Okay, go ahead.
and then when I pull the mic up to her mouth, move that out of my face. Can't nobody hear you. Oh man, I love it.
As y'all can see, I'm not paying him any attention.
Oh man, that is funny. Okay. Say something again. I'm just trying to see where your level's at.
All right. They can hear me. They up there.
They up well.
They up there. Look at them.
Yeah. Okay, so you see how close
Okay,
I
come
get
on
to the
now. We ain't
red.
got time. Come on. Read the what's it called? Come on. Let's get to business. See, Steve got the question mark face. Come on, let's get to business. Let's
You
go.
got the question mark face.
Yeah,
You trying
let's
to
go.
figure out why he can't hear you.
He can hear me. Let's go. I'm not fooling with you.
Yes. So, your words of wisdom this morning. Your words of wisdom. I'm sorry. Your scripture this morning is coming from God's For Us. That is God's For Us. You can follow them on Facebook or you can go look them up at godsforus.com. That is godsforus.com. Steve said don't put him in the middle of that. Right.
You did that, not me.
So y'all can go follow it, godsforus.com. Right. So, the word for this morning is coming out of Proverbs 3:5-6. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Ain't that crazy? Based on what your title is today. Oh, man. Look, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight. You know, every time I hear that, lean not to your own understanding, I feel like that means that I'm not as smart as I think I am. I'm really not as bright as I think I am. Because if I was, I wouldn't have made all of these other mistakes down the road. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. That means I trust you. And just like, my father chose my husband, how much trust was there to sit back and to allow your father to choose your husband, to where you took a step back and leaned not to your understanding, and in all your ways you submitted to him, and he will make your path straight. So it's crazy that, the title of today, and, stop thinking you're smart because you're not, scripture. You're not as smart as you think you are. Probably why they say seek me first in all your ways. Good morning, Pastor. How are you doing this morning? So trust in the Lord. So trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. It means we're not that smart. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Yes, I love that verse. Right. Lets you know you're not that bright. You okay? You need to move? You need to get up?
I just need to make sure that this microphone is cool. I can't see when it's a certain way. So I have to fix my own microphone. I do thank you for trying to do it for me, but
What you trying to see?
don't worry about it. Work on you.
I just want people ready to hear you. That's great. That's good. That's good, Pastor. So y'all make sure y'all go follow Pastor Jeremiah Tucker, here on Facebook as well. He bring a strong word. He got that old school preaching, where they get hot before they start preaching. Well, yeah, they set you on fire before we even get started. So that is your verse for the day. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. So, it's the Mama Quita Love Series today. My father chose my husband. And I asked the question this morning on Facebook, and I'm going to ask it again. How many women will let your father choose your husband? How many? Do you even really trust your father that much to allow him to choose your husband? And like I said, God work. I love how God works, because I didn't pick this scripture. The scripture gets sent to me every morning in a text message. And it's funny that the first line on here is trust in the Lord with all your heart. So how many women will let their father choose their husband? How many? But you ain't got to tell me right now. You can leave it in the comments. Because guess what? We'll be back with more of the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. Live with Georgia's first black governor.
In 2020, so much has changed in the morning. The way we work, the way we communicate, even our commute. However, there's one thing that hasn't changed in the morning. It's still the best part of waking up.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday, ladies and gentlemen.
Folgers, still the best part of waking up for generations to come.
Greetings. I'm Ramon Tarplin. And though we're in a pandemic, it won't stop us from serving our community. We want to introduce to you our new Now Faith Food Pantry. Yes, right here at 3406 Rex Road, every first and third Wednesday, between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., we invite you and our entire community to drive by to receive essential food items for your family. As we approach the holidays, we want to make sure that we do our part as we continue to navigate through these uncertain times, because Now Faith cares.
I want to solicit everybody all over the world to join us with Elder Mason in our Thursday night prayer line. Listen, you can dial in. It's free. Listen, God is doing something, and he can do it and complete it through prayer.
That's absolutely right, Pastor. We want to invite each and every one of you out every Thursday night to call our prayer line, which is 978-990-5000. Once again, that's 978-990-5000. And you want to enter in the access code 101260 and the pound sign. Once again, that access code is 101260 and the pound sign. We would love to have you on our call every single week and invite someone to come with you. Also, look out every single week for a text message notification from Now Faith Apostolic Ministries reminding you of that prayer call. So please come and join us at our corporate call. We want to pray with you.
Y'all know what time it is.
Hey, y'all. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm
Mama Quita.
And this here is the Mama Quita's Love Series.
Y'all know what time it is.
So grab your pen and your pad and put on your thinking caps. And let's get down to this relationship business.
Y'all know what time it is.
Mama Quita's Love Series.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Welcome back to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. It is the Mama Quita Love Series.
Good morning, everybody. Gov got me a little.
I ain't got you nothing.
A part of me wants to talk louder, but that ain't even who I am. You didn't play Stevie Steve's commercial.
I didn't play your commercial. I got you on the next. I got you going to the top of the hour. I got you, Stevie Steve.
Stevie Steve be wanting to see his more.
I got you, Stevie Steve. I got you.
Oh, Lord. That's hilarious.
Top of the hour, Stevie Steve. Top of the hour. I got you.
Okay, y'all. So, Stevie Steve made the comment on Tuesday that he wanted to know how Mama Q got married. Ain't that what he said? Ain't that what you said, Stevie Steve? How I got married? Good morning, Mr. Claire.
Good morning, Josh.
I'm just saying. So I took a book out of Stevie Steve's notepad, and I decided that I was gonna do this, but that was only after it was confirmation. Y'all, I'm gonna try really hard not to make this thing act retarded, so y'all can hear me. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is somewhat of a funny story. Where is Low Daddy? Low Daddy's supposed to be in here too. Where is he? We gonna have to tag Low Daddy. Yeah, tag Low Daddy. Okay, so last year, I told y'all way back then that y'all were going to get married. You did, and neither one of us knew anything that you was talking about, because at that time, that wasn't what it was. But what happened? Y'all remember last year? Wait, no, was it last year this time? No, it was last year. Early on, and I was talking about how I was dating this dude, and
It's about the Midnight Walker.
Yes.
Hey, y'all over the city walking.
Okay, you know what? I'm telling this story right now. Okay, so I was dating this dude, y'all, and I was telling y'all, I can't remember what we was talking about, but I told y'all how I had a dream, and it was a snake, and it went from the white to the cobra and all that good stuff. So I left that there. Steve said, I give up. It's coming, Stevie Steve. It's coming. So, okay. And Gov was talking trash then. She's like he talking trash now.
The Midnight Walker.
But, so I ended up by myself like I had for a while now. Y'all, I done been by myself since 2012.
That's a long time.
And it's 2020. So it was quite a space there. So how do we get into this story?
That's a gap bigger than what I got in my teeth.
You know what? I'm not fooling with you. I'm not fooling with you. Okay, so it was an 8-year gap. By the way.
That gap bigger than the one in my teeth. That's a big gap.
And in that time, 5 of those years, I didn't date. I didn't talk to nobody. I did nothing except work on me. Like, literally, I worked on me. And for some of y'all, this is a repeat, but I worked on me. And with me working on me, I healed, got a relationship with God, all that good stuff. And then I started dating again, and I kind of threw myself out there, y'all. I started doing online dating. That was hilarious. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
My name is Steven.
You know what? See how he put you out there, Stevie Steve? I wouldn't even appreciate that. I don't even appreciate that for you. See how he do? Okay. But it worked for some people. It don't work for others. It didn't work for me. But it was fun. I can tell you that. I did have fun. But in the midst of...
Wait a minute. So, hold on. So what dating sites were you on?
I don't even remember.
You was on the mingle with the Christians.
I don't remember.
Black people mingle.
I don't even know if that was on out then. Or if it was, I didn't know about it. I don't remember what sites, honestly. Like, I would have to look them up. Oh, one of them I do remember. I think I was on Tinder.
Ain't that the whole site? Yes.
No.
Yes.
Have you ever been on it?
Yes.
Oh, you went on the site?
Yeah.
You signed on?
No, my brother signed on.
No, I said, did you sign on?
No, I didn't have to sign on. I saw what they was advertising through what he wanted.
Well, no, because they give you what you're looking for. If you on there looking for hoes, you're going to get hoes. How about that?
Oh, I knew it as the whole site.
No.
When nobody on there I saw looking for marriage, they were just looking for a good time.
Well, hey, I mean, it's a site. People on there doing what they do. So.
You was on Craigslist?
I don't know. No, I didn't do Craigslist.
Oh, I tried it once.
I can't stand I cannot. I promise I cannot. Farmer's Wife, Stevie Steve, really? Okay, so.
That's the site, Stevie Steve?
Okay, so what happened was, I don't even want to put you out there like this.
Okay, I thought you put me out though.
Good.
Get what? Cause don't nobody on the other side pay my bill.
I'm so mad. Gov. Okay, so Gov was having issues because if y'all remember, Gov was in a relationship prior.
That darn shopping list.
Gov was in a relationship prior, Christian Singles. No, I was not on Christian Singles, Stevie Steve. Matter of fact, to be quite honest, I did sign
up for that Christian, what they call it?
I signed up for one. Good morning, Miss Calloway. I signed up for one online Christian dating site. Ooh. And I promise you, it was not, it wasn't.
My brother made me fill out the whole thing of eHarmony.
I did fill out for eHarmony. I did. And I didn't get, I wasn't on there much to do anything.
They were just too thirsty.
Oh, wow.
Right. I don't know. I was looking for a godly woman.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not the water that you won't
Did
never
Stevie
thirst
say
again.
Jewish singles? You know what? I'm not.
I had to tell one lady I'm not the water that you would never thirst again.
You know what? He's probably lying. Y'all don't listen to this. He's probably lying.
I did eHarmony. I ain't do Facebook.
No.
Now.
I don't even think that was. I don't think that was.
Facebook probably wasn't even.
Yeah, I don't.
Because Facebook is only 10 years old.
No, but Facebook dating is not that old that I know of. I didn't see that till recently. So I don't even know about a Facebook
I
date.
don't know. I just listened to my big brother. My big brother, he did.
Wait a minute.
He did Craigslist. He made me do eHarmony.
Okay, that's enough about that. We done with that. Let's move on with the story. Okay, so
What you mean? Wait a minute. What I do now?
nothing. Don't worry about it. It's okay. So y'all remember, this one here was in a relationship prior, and I know Miss Graham. I kind of snapped off on her because he was in a relationship, and she called me the other day. We was laughing about that, but things didn't go the way he thought they would. So we, being who we were, because we have had over the last 2 years reconnecting the friendship. Because y'all remember we known each other since high school. We went to high school together. So therefore, we already had a friendship. But, you know, after you graduate, people go their separate ways. We had went our separate ways, crossed each other's paths a couple of times. And then I was doing my, public speaking and all of that, and he found me on Facebook and had me come on the show to do the Love Series, Cool Beans. So we were back at the friendship stuff, right? So with that being said, after his relationship did what it did, and I had already been out, but I was dealing with some other stuff, and we would talk. Well, I would talk to him about what I had going on. Gov didn't talk to me much about what was going on, and honestly, I didn't ask because really that's not any of my business what's going on in somebody else's relationship.
Half of it was already on the show.
So, anywho,
Grocery list.
Anywho, now we were both single, and because I was not in a church at the time, he was like, you know, I'm going to be your covering, because a woman needs a covering spiritually also. Well, we all need covering, but, you know, women need a different covering. So he was like, you know, I'll be your covering till your husband come. Cool beans, yada, yada, yada. So as we was working on the show, we started having to spend more time together, all that good stuff. And now with him being single and me being single, you know, it's certain lines that you have to draw with people who are not single. So therefore, we were able to, I guess, intermingle more and all that good stuff. So let me tell y'all about this library experience we had, right? So this was
I can't read. Why are you talking
first
about library?
time. This was like the first time after all these years that I actually seen you, ain't it?
Right, besides being on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is the first time I actually like physically been in the space with him after all these years at the high school. And we met up at the library so that we could go over some stuff for the show. He wanted to do the voiceover and some other stuff, but we was getting computers together because I had my laptop, he has his laptop, we was doing some stuff. And while we were sitting there, I don't know what happened. Like, what you got to say?
I got hungry and wanted to go to Chick-fil-A.
Before we got Chick-fil-A, okay? We were sitting there and like, I don't know, it was like this weird vibe. Like all of a sudden it got real weird. Like both of us. And we both felt it, and we both was looking kind of crazy. Like, wait a minute, this good, like,
Right.
real?
And this Mama Quita. However, I was always told Mama Quita was off limits.
Since since you said it, you want to explain?
Nah, wait. It ain't time.
Oh, okay. So, so things was really, kind of, it was weird. Because I think that's the first time we kind of, like, felt something for each other. Yeah, it was real weird.
It's a question, did you even like him when you joined the show?
Gov was a special friend. And when I say that, I mean Gov was, I'm quiet and I don't do all the talking, and everybody know Gov loves to talk. Bless his heart. And sometimes I don't always want to talk. So Gov was one of them people on my phone that I answered when I knew I had time to answer and talk. But I could consider him a friend. He wasn't just an acquaintance. I could consider him a friend. But far as like liking him, no. Not at all.
Cause me and Mama Quita relationship go back like what, 20 plus years. So usually when I saw Mama Quita, they was going to get Mama Quita because I was about to cause havoc, or I was about to wreak havoc in a specific area or place. So usually they would go get Mama Quita because for some strange reason, they figured that Mama Quita could talk me down. The thing was, I just had respect for Mama Quita. And you know how you don't want nobody to see your bad side, so you're always nice around that individual. That's how I was with Mama Quita. I always wanted to be the gentleman, the nice guy, the good guy, even though she knew different. However, what she saw, or what I allowed her to see, was the good side. And then, like I said, even then, I was always told Mama Quita was off limits, because I was told that Mama Quita was married. And her husband was a big dude. And he'll come pound my head in. And my reply to the individual who told me that was, this is the reason why they make pistols. This is the reason why they make 45s. So, but out of the love and respect I had for Mama Quita, I left it alone. I backed away, and that was that. And then we just remained friends, and I kept it at that. So then to fast forward almost 17 years, 13, 20 some odd years later, I saw Mama Quita. She was doing her public speaking. She was doing relationship speaking. And I wanted a female perspective on the Love Series. I didn't want the Love Series just one way. I figured if men were going to be bashed, let a woman do it so I can give her the business on behalf of the men. So, but it took like, I was told, I prayed about it, and it was like, go get Mama Quita. It still took 3 weeks for me to even ask Mama Quita to even come on the show. Like I would see, and it was funny because I would see the same post every day for like 3 weeks before I even asked her to even come on the show. If y'all can be in Facebook and see the comments of Stevie Steve, they're hilarious. So then I finally approached her. I was like, I see you doing your public speaking. I see you doing this. This is what I'm doing. She was like, oh yeah, I've seen the show a couple of times. I was like, well, I would like a woman perspective on the Love Series. And she was like, cool. Boom, boom. And I was like, well, I don't want you to think like I'm trying to drag on your coattail because I know you're doing A, B, C, D, and I don't want you to think that I'm doing this. Really, I want to help you expand more so than to ride your coattail. So we agreed. We sat down and we put it together, and y'all been getting the Mama Quita Love Series. I actually even gave up the entire Love Series altogether and just gave it to Mama Quita. Period. So now here we are, standing face to face. Oh.
So not funny. Okay. So, as he said, when we were in the library, he got hungry. We got hungry. And we went over to the Chick-fil-A and grabbed something to eat. But while we were sitting there, we did a lot of catching up that we have not been able to do. Y'all, I want everybody to hear this and understand. And this goes for any female. If you're dealing with anyone that's already in a relationship, friend or no friend, you still have to maintain certain boundaries and respect that person. Gov would like to talk. Like, we would get off the show and Gov want to sit there on the phone for hours afterwards, and I would literally cut him off and put him off my phone out of respect for the person that he was with. Because it's just certain, like I said, certain boundaries you kind of you keep, so that there is no question or even an issue with the other person, which I respect her greatly and would not ever cross that threshold. So at this time, we were able to really talk, get some things out about what had gone on the prior, 16, 17 years.
Come to find out, Mama Quita was stalking me, except for when I lived in New York.
He was the last thing I was thinking about.
She was stalking
But
me.
it's funny because all this time we literally were passing each other, like,
We either lived around the corner from each other,
or worked.
or we worked
At one point, we was working like literally
across the street from each other.
I would go to his building to actually get lunch, and
I
didn't
would
know
go,
it.
and I'd be going to her building to get breakfast in the morning, and we literally worked right across the parking lot from each other. And come to find out that a lot of places, when I came back to Atlanta, a lot of the places that I lived, I wasn't far from her. We literally were like maybe a block away, 2 blocks away, or we were on the other side of the main street, but we were in the same location. Right. Stevie said, yes, that's a sign of a stalker. See? I knew Stevie was going to, yes. I knew Stevie was going to understand. I knew it.
No.
So, yeah, Stevie was like, everywhere I went, she was like right there, but I just didn't see her.
No. I'm sorry. The both of y'all. No. Not at all.
So, but I think it to look back on it now, I think it was great because I don't think neither one of us, God didn't have either one of us in the position that he wanted us. He didn't have our full attention. He didn't have he had our trust, but I trust you here and I trust you here. Over here, we still building that foundation. So, but I think God did it the way he did it. Even 20 years ago in high school, I think because of the things that I was into would have pushed Mama Quita away. Anyway, what it do, Big Juice?
What's up, Big Juice? Okay, so in high school, it wasn't a fact of what he was doing. Hold on a second.
See, told y'all I'll be stalked. Yeah, see, I had a lot going on in high school, so it was. I wanted to go to the military, but I didn't. I had a baby on the way. I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the street, so it was a lot going into my senior year, because that's when I met Mama Quita, my senior year of high school. The school I went to,
Can we pump up the sound a little bit?
the school that I went to was kind of like a safe haven. It was my last resort. This was Georgia. Was like, you mess up here, then this it. You can't go to no school in the state of Georgia for a year. So, and to be quite honest with you, my very first day at the school, I had 2 experiences. The first experience was, what was her name? She was the head of the cheerleading squad. She dated Levi. Star. Her name was Star. Beautiful young lady. Nice, cool. I didn't know her. All I know was she walked up to me. She said, "You must be new." I said, "Yes." She said, "What's your name?" I told her. She asked me what school I came from. I told her that. And then she jumped up, started screaming and running, and was like, "Oh my God, that's the dude that started the riot at the other school." So I was already like, damn, word spread fast. So now, in order to try to remove that bad stigma that was attached to me, especially by somebody who was popular and people listened to, I got up and walked out. My second experience was actually meeting Mama Quita. It was in Miss Mitchell's class. We had to do something in class. I was the last one to go. We was doing poetry. I said what I said, and the whole class looked at me in disbelief, like, Jesus. But it was almost like everybody, well, the feeling that I got was, that's the tainted guy. Don't talk to him. Don't go by him. It's almost like the guy with leprosy. You don't really want him to get too close to you because you don't want it to jump off on you. However, out of everybody, Mama Quita was the only one to pull me to the side. She said, "Well, baby, I'm glad you're alive, and give God thanks that you're still here, and welcome." And that was it. And me and Mama Quita, what it do, RA? And me
Good
and
morning.
and me and Mama Quita was like that for the entire school year. So whenever there was a conflict, everybody would go get Mama Quita. Whenever there was something that we had to do, or I was about to do something I had no business doing, they would go get Mama Quita. So that was pretty much me and Mama Quita's high school relationship. It wasn't even a, oh my God, do. It was, that's my friend. I know if I need to talk to somebody, I know I can talk to Mama Quita. So, and that's how she was with everybody. That's how we actually call her Mama Quita, because she was everybody's mama. Pull your pants up, boy. Boy, go over there. Hey, don't you do that. Nah, don't you do that. Like, that was her. The same way she is now, that's how she was even in high school. So, and I took a liking to Mama Quita. But like I said, I was told, Mama Quita was married. She got a big, tall boyfriend. He muscle bound, and he like 6 and some change. So I told him, and at that time in my life, whatever I wanted, I went and got. But I didn't want to cause any conflict with Mama Quita. I didn't want there to be any problems around Mama Quita because, like I said, we had that foundation where in front of Mama Quita, everybody gonna sit down and you gonna use the proper utensils and you gonna do what your mama taught you to do. Right. Now outside of Mama Quita, you can do whatever else you wanna do. But while she was there, you act accordingly. So
yeah, that's the now y'all see I've been saying, except my mouth was a little bit different back then, and my patience wasn't where it is now. So, but as far as that goes, I'm still the same person, and we still vibe the same. Just I have learned over the last year a little bit more patience with him. That's all. Yeah. Okay, so after we had the whole library Chick-fil-A experience, the next thing was now he came over to the house so we could do the voiceover. That went cool.
I didn't get attacked by the dog. I think that was like the first red flag.
Yeah, my dog like barks and howls and acts a plum fool. She don't like nobody. And he came in and she just came and sat next to him like real peaceful and quiet and like
The alpha's
she didn't
in the
act
building.
a fool at all.
She knew the
And
alpha
she
was.
never acts like that with even the people that she know.
Right.
When they come in the house, like she acts a plum fool. But he came in and she was just like calm, and I was like, wow, she has never did that. Wow. So yeah, so then we kept on the phone and the phone conversation. So I think both of us was like, since we were single, we was talking to each other because we ain't had nobody else to talk to.
Right.
So.
But what was funny was, we wasn't talking to each other like we was trying to be together.
Nah.
We was just having daily conversations, like
Regular friend conversations, like
Right.
conversations you would have with your friend, you know. So one day we was having this conversation, and somehow we got to how we got married, where we got married,
Right.
the first time, because both of us have been married, some more than others. But we got to the conversation about marriages, and I had told, we both had never had a wedding.
right.
And we both were discussing how I said that if I ever got married again, it had to have a preacher. And I had never told anybody, because y'all know, y'all hear them stories of the women who, and no nothing against nobody who does this, but you hear the stories of the women who have planned out their weddings and they want the fairy tale wedding and all of that good stuff. Yeah, that's
Angels and seals.
never been me. So after I went through my first experience, I was like, okay, my first time I got married at the courthouse, I was pregnant with my second baby. And I was like, I want a wedding. And my thing was, I really wanted a wedding dress. But I had never told anybody, because for some reason I was embarrassed, because I wanted like a wedding dress, like to be pretty and pampered. Like I wanted that. But I had never told anybody except God. And then this one here, he had his own.
Right. I got married in the courthouse. I never wanted to get married in a courthouse again. And I never wanted to be remarried, and it wasn't who God intended it. So my thing was, there was only like 2 people in the world outside of God who knew my position. And that was, God, if you really want me, to be married. That means that you will have to come off the throne, which I know you not. But just in case if you decide to come off the throne, you have to come off the throne and you have to personally introduce her to me and be like, hey, Anthony, this is such and such. Such and such, this is Anthony. Anthony, I created her for you. That's the only way I am going to get married. That is the only way I would do it. So, the relationship prior, I was being convicted of that relationship. The closer I was getting to God, the more I was praying, the more I was reading the word. I knew that wasn't where I was supposed to be. And what was crazy was I never prayed, should I leave? I always prayed for peace. So the day I asked God, if this is not where you want me to be, then let me know. Be careful what you ask for, because it wasn't even 15 seconds later. You got to find a new residence. Cool. That's all I was waiting on right there. Boop, 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 boop. Sis, where you at? I need you to come get me. So, and then two, again, like the scriptures say, if you trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding, please understand that God will take you out of situations that you shouldn't have been in the first place. God will send you signs. That's why we always tell you on here, seek him first, because he will let you know. You will get that feeling. This ain't where I'm supposed to be. This don't look right. This don't feel right. This don't sound right. God will let you know. So even when I got married, I knew I wasn't supposed to get married.
Excuse me.
But at that particular time, I knew God, but I wasn't in God. So even though he was showing me signs, he was telling me things, he was throwing out hints, hint here, hint there, hint, hint, hey, hint, 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 I still did. And God won't infringe on your free will. He will let you go and do what it is that you're going to do. He still won't leave you or forsake you, but please understand, you're going to feel that pain. It's like a child. Don't touch the stove, it's hot. Don't touch the stove, it's hot. As soon as they touch it, yeah, you're going to caress them, you're going to cuddle them, but you still going to remind them, I told you this was hot. So no use of you screaming and hollering. Remember your mama used to wipe your face when you be crying real quick so you could stop screaming. Right. We don't want to hear that because we told you it was hot. So, so trust is a key factor when it comes to dealing in relationships, and that's any relationship, business, personal, marriage, whatever. Seek God first before you start swimming on the deep end.
So that particular night that we was talking, we started talking about
Oh, hold on. It is the top of the hour.
Oh, okay. All right, Steve, here you go.
So, we'll be back. So it is the top of the hour. Don't be like that. And y'all already know. We'll be back with more of the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show, live with Georgia's first black governor.
Good morning, love.
Good morning, my love.
It's time for that sweet aroma.
Yes.
I'm already filtered and watered, just how you like it. You know I love it when you're inside of me. It just turns me on.
Well, you know what they say. I am the best part of waking up.
Greetings. I'm Ramon Tarplin. And though we're in a pandemic, it won't stop us from serving our community. We want to introduce to you our new Now Faith Food Pantry. Yes, right here at 3406 Rex Road, every first and third Wednesday, between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., we invite you and our entire community to drive by to receive essential food items for your family. As we approach the holidays, we want to make sure that we do our part as we continue to navigate through these uncertain times, because Now Faith cares.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the Mama Quita Love Series. Y'all know we can't have the Mama Quita Love Series without playing the Love Series theme song.
I need a new theme song, y'all.
You need a new thing? I got you.
No. I'll choose my own theme song, thank you.
Yeah.
No,
baby.
Sean Isaac, there we go. Boom.
Here's my man Sean Isaac with Love You Harder. We'll be back right after this.
To know, then take my breath and never let it go. If you just let me invade your space, I'll take this pleasure and take it with the pain. And if in the moment I bite my lips, baby, in the moment you know this is something bigger than us beyond bliss. Give me a reason to believe in. And if I want to keep you, I gotta to love you harder. I gotta love you harder. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Harder, 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 harder. I know your motives and you know mine. The ones who love me, I tend to leave behind. If you know about me and choose to stay, then take this pleasure and take it with the pain. And if in the moment you bite your lip, when I get you moaning, you know it's real. Can you feel the pressure between your hips? I'll make you feel like the first time. And if I want to keep you, I gotta to love you harder. I gotta love you harder. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Harder, 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 harder. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Harder, 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 harder. So what do I do if I can't figure it out? I gotta try again. Oh, so what do I do if I can't figure it out? Said I'ma leave again. Keep you up. Said I got to love you, babe. Said I gotta love you, babe. And if I really need you, I got to love you harder. Love you harder. And if I want to keep you, I gotta to love you harder. I gotta love you harder. And if I really need you, I gotta to love you harder. Love you harder.
Y'all know what time it is.
Hey y'all! Allow me to introduce myself. I'm
Mama Quita.
and this here is the Mama Quita's Love Series.
Y'all know what time it is.
So grab your pen and your pad and put on your thinking caps. And let's get down to this relationship business.
Y'all know what time it is.
Mama Quita's Love Series.
Yeah, welcome back to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. Y'all know what time it is. It is the Mama Quita Love Series. The Mama Quita Love Series. Hey, y'all.
Hey y'all, that's just coming on. Miss Tyson, Miss Teresa. Y'all done missed the first half of the show.
Ms.
But we've
Brown.
been giving this love story here. So far that ain't really been a love story.
We can get a Hallmark movie out of this one.
Oh Lord. So where we left off at?
You was telling them after how we left off at where we was both saying we would never get married in the courthouse again. We and I think you was about to go into.
Okay, so Gov had made the statement that, you know, God himself had to come down and tell everybody tell him that this was his wife. Like, God had to tell him that. And then for me, it was, I'm not getting married unless it is the man sent from God. Like, I got to know that it's God. And right after we had this conversation, it was like, maybe
hour. Maybe.
After we had a conversation, we were still actually on the phone with each other, but maybe like an hour. Miss Tyson said, "Oh yeah," because I was shocked. I need to hear this. So it was like an hour after we had that particular conversation, and we were on the other conversations, and a person that we both know came in, and she was like, I got to tell y'all, like, God told me to tell y'all this, and I got to tell y'all. And it was, no,
back
wait.
up to your homegirl. Before you talk about that, because to me, your homegirl kind of led to that. You're the one who just lost her baby.
Oh, okay, so, yeah, about that. Okay, so prior to all of that, back in June, I think in June.
Last year?
No.
Year before?
Yeah. I think it was in June. It was like the first, no, it was the second year in. Or was it? Yeah, it was the second year in, because it was right before. So it was last year. It was in June of last year. I have a group of ladies who this was our very first outing, and my sister had just moved up here. And what it is we got together. It's a couple of us women who love Christ, and we decided that we wanted to have our ladies' time. So we went out, and when we went out, one of the young ladies that was with us, I was telling them as we was leaving, I was like, yo, y'all got to watch the show. Me and him do this, da-da-da-da-da. She was like, that's your husband. And I looked at her, I was like, no. I was like, no. She was like, okay. And that's all she said was, okay. We'll see. I'm looking at her like, okay, whatever. So here it is now. That was like June, July, August.
About 4 months later.
No.
It was in, cause
it was 2 months. It was in August.
September.
Okay, so 3 months. So 3 months later, was when things started kind of just unfolding.
Right.
Right. Okay. So things just kind of started unfolding. So she had said that back in June. So here we are now in September. And we were having this conversation. We had just had that conversation an hour before, and then after we this person came and was like, I got to tell y'all, because if I don't tell y'all, I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm not going to be able to get no rest. She was like, that's what I was about to say. Prior to her stating this, she was like, who you talking to? And I told her who I was talking to. She was like, put him on mute for a second. And I was like, okay, no, matter of fact, earlier that day, she asked me, she was like, what do you think about Anthony Gov? And I was like, what do you mean what I think about him? She was like, what do you think about, like, y'all in a relationship? And I was like, it's funny you say that, because he and I have been having these conversations, because it's been some weird feelings going on, and we've been having these conversations. She was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know how you was going to take me asking you that, so, okay. And then that was the end of that conversation. So later on that evening, she was like, I got to say this. So she started with me, and then I put him on the phone. We was on the phone together, and I was like, listen to this. And she was like, okay, so God said that's your husband. He created you for him, and he created him for you. You all were created for each other. And what else did she say?
It was pretty much I came in to be a covenant. It had to deal with the name of the kids.
Oh, wait, no. So she was like, that's your covering. God made him your covering. So then that was it. Then she came back and was like, oh, I forgot you. Forgot to tell y'all. So my ex-husband's name is Anthony also. Gov's first name is Anthony. She was like, so God said, and all
You married the wrong one.
all three of my kids are named after Anthony. From my oldest to my youngest, they're all named. Their names have something to do with Anthony. And she was like, so God said you married the wrong Anthony, and that this was the Anthony he intended for you to be married to, which is why all of your kids' names have something to do with Anthony.
Now what's crazy is,
So,
then you say you never wanted to.
Wait a minute. So then she said, oh, by the way, y'all will get married. You will have on a wedding dress, and y'all will be in a church with a pastor. Now, this is all the stuff that we had just told each other, but not only just told each other, we had never told anybody else.
Right.
Period.
Or anybody. If anybody did know, they didn't know her.
Right. Period.
Steve said to Anthony, she's a stalker. I told you she's a stalker, Steve.
I don't like you, Steve. I'm just
But
telling you.
Steve, if she'd have just went on ahead and gave in high school, we wouldn't have these problems. I wouldn't have had to go through 20 plus years of child support. You know, I wouldn't have to go on through the courts. You know, I could have had all my children
Okay, so let me cut
in one
him off.
house.
So, by the way, I did say my first husband's name was Anthony, right? So that in itself had eliminated him if God had not. Oh yeah, that's right. That in itself had eliminated him if God had not intervened, because I wouldn't talk to, date, look at nobody named Anthony, Antoine, Antonio, nothing with an ant, and it couldn't be Tony, nothing. Period. Like nothing.
You just hated
At all.
Anthony's.
I didn't.
We ain't do nothing to you.
I didn't hate anybody, and not to mention.
We should just go
that,
find this other Anthony and beat breaks off of him, Steve.
Hush up. Not to mention that the other people that I knew who had dated Anthony's had bad experiences. So that was nobody but God, because it would never have, like, if I had met him on the street and his name was Anthony. Yeah, hi, how are you? Yeah, goodbye. Like, for real. Yeah. So,
How your name Anthony and you do bad in a relationship? That's not how we do.
Anywho.
You need to change your name.
So, from there, things just kind of started rolling. But let me not fool y'all, because it was not a smooth ride. I told y'all.
We ain't believe it at first.
Right. First off, it took us about 2 months to even receive what was said, because neither one of us was like.
Right. I think we even stopped talking to each other on the phone.
I think we did for a little while. But the funny thing was, even prior to that, when he would go to work at the Y and people saw the poster,
they just
nobody had ever said anything until him and the other person broke up. But all of a sudden, what were they telling you?
Well, when we brought out this poster, I made business cards with this. And that was the first time I ever had made business cards for the radio show. I never had anything for the radio show. So I took this poster here and made them in a video and business cards. So when people would ask me about the show, I would give them a card. And the first thing they would say is, "Oh man, you got a beautiful wife." Nigga, that's not my wife. "Oh man, you got a beautiful wife." And it's a lady. Her name is Mary, and it's spelled like Merry Christmas. And I used to call her the 80-year-old version of Quita, because she was the same height. They got the same round face. She's spunky like Quita and the whole nine. So me and her was having a conversation. Funny enough, we was having a conversation about Trump. And she was like, I don't understand why black people are missing it and this, that, and the third. And we just became cool. And she was like, you do a radio show? And I was like, yeah, I do the radio show and this, that, and the third. I'll text you, Gov, what I saw. I'm surprised because I thought I saw wrong. Okay.
She said, yep, that was key for me.
No, you can go ahead and you ain't got to text it to me. You can go ahead and put it in the comments, because we done already put all the business in the street now. So you can just go ahead and put it in the comments, cuz. So I was telling her about the radio show and this, that, and the third. As soon as I gave her the card, the first thing she said was, "Oh my God, that's your wife." No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. We went from agreeing with each other to debating with each other about a picture. Yes. No. Right. No. Now that's not my wife. That's not what the Lord's showing me. Give me my damn card back. So that's how I was. So it was like everybody who saw the card was like, "Oh, that's your wife." Matter of fact, Pastor Jeremiah is on here. Jeremiah never met Quita. He only heard about the radio show. And usually, if you came into the room where I was at the Y, the poster that I have just has the logo on it. It doesn't have us together. So he just happened to be there while we were doing a love series. And he looks over. And he said, "Oh, man, that's your wife right there." Because he saw the pad. I got a mouse pad. Wait, Bacon Coffee Morning Show mouse pad. So he was like, "Oh, man, that's your wife." No. Yes. No. Prophet. And he like Mama Tyson. He called me Prophet. And y'all know I do not like it when y'all call me Prophet. But however, he was like, "Prophet, that's your wife." He said, "Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. You know, that's your wife." And I said, "First off, you're going to stop calling me Prophet." Second of all, that's my business partner. That's not my wife. He said business partner, love partner, marriage partner, homie partner. He said that's your life partner. That's your everything partner. Prophet. So yeah, so it was when I put this picture out. That's when even people who knew about my ex was like, "Oh, you got rid of her, and that you got you a good one." Wait a minute, how y'all looking at all this on a business? Not even a picture, just a business card. How y'all coming to this conclusion? So yeah, so we fought it for a minute.
Yeah, we did.
And Quita fought it longer than I did.
I did. Steve said, when you found out she wasn't Puerto Rican, did you want to stay with her? Steve, I had never been Puerto Rican. The day he met me.
Steve, that was kind of hard, Steve. You know, 'cause I was like my brother at one time. My brother wouldn't date nothing but Puerto Ricans.
Oh, gee whiz. Miss Tyson said, "Oh well, that's what you are, sir. You a prophet. You got to love it, lick it up, swallow it, boom, boom."
Ain't there some rules and qualifications? Don't Paul list some rules and qualifications to be a prophet? Ain't there some?
She said, "God is so good. He did that. Yeah, he did. He did. But it wasn't an easy road. I promise y'all, it wasn't easy because, like Gov said, I didn't receive it right away, and I told y'all Gov worked my nerves sometimes. I didn't say it in that way, not today, but I done said it other days. Gov worked my nerve. So I told God, Jesus, you gonna have to help me. Because y'all gotta remember, I done been by myself for 8 years. And I'm very independent. But God had been working on me. So, but he had to do some more work. And then I actually started looking at things from a physical standpoint and from my past experience. So my past experience started playing a huge role in it. Whereas I started looking at where I was in my first marriage as to where I was physically right at that time, and I was not as open and accepting. First off, I didn't know how to receive love from a genuine place of love, whereas he loved me. Like, he loved me because first he loves Christ, so he understood what it meant to love me. He treated me. He said that God told him what?
That's my daughter. Love her the way you love me. And I'm kind of paraphrasing the last part because I really don't remember word for word. But pretty much, if you screw this up, we gonna have some problems. You gonna have some real tough time problems if you screw this up. That's my daughter, and you take care of her, and you love her. But pretty much if you screw this up, me and you gonna have...
What you say about the gift part?
Oh, she is a gift to you. She is my gift to you.
And for me, I could not accept. I didn't know how to accept that. When you've been hurt for years, when you have been undervalued and treated less than who you were, I knew who I as I went through those years of healing and relationship building with God, I knew who I was. I knew what standards, and that's why I can always tell y'all to have standards when you're dating. I knew what standards I had. I knew how to stand on them, and I was not changing them. But,
Low daddy.
Like I called you out at the beginning. beginning of the show because you were supposed to be on here listening to this. Jeez.
Tell her you was signing $50,000 contracts. You were moving cars.
I ain't
You were
mad,
moving
though.
cars. You was moving
I ain't
cars.
mad. So, dang, I forgot where I was.
You understood standards.
I understood standards. He said he was sleeping. Lord. I understood standards.
You should have went with the cars.
And, that's why. Okay, so with me understanding my standards, I wasn't willing to bend for anyone else, which is why nobody else made it. But I didn't quite know how to accept someone loving me for me and who God created me to be and the gifts that God placed inside of me. I have no problem with loving other people. That's who I am. I am willing. I will grab people, embrace them, love them, nurture them, all that good stuff. But because I have gotten so used to always being the one to doing the loving, I did not know how to truly receive the loving, and it scared me. Okay, my final question of the day, does she truly, truly love you, Gov? We gonna get to that. I'm sure she does. All right, Lo Daddy. So, in that, like, it took me a lot. Like, for real. And he doesn't know this, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. She gave her weight to Gov. Ah! Somebody saw it.
Somebody can see that? Right. You know what I'm saying here? I was looking at that this morning, Lo Daddy. I got up and looked in the mirror. I was like, man, is my face swollen? Like, what is going on? Man, listen. Stop playing. Right, look at that picture right there. We took that picture March, what was it? 2018, we took these pictures. Man, look here. March 2020, I look like a swole up pimple. Like the Michigan man.
Or was it 19? No, it was 2019.
Yeah,
it was 2019.
last year.
It was 2019.
So I agree with you, Lo Daddy. Yeah.
Okay, so I gave him a, you know what? I cannot Stevie. Stevie Stevenson said, we just found out she's a stalker, Lo. So my question still stands. Oh, I can't stand you, Stevie. Okay.
Oh, man. That's funny.
So, Miss Tyson said she's great. Okay. So I didn't know how to receive the love, and in that, Gov was working at the Y, and I had my own insecurities and questions, and I actually called off the wedding.
Right.
Like, I told him
no,
I wasn't getting married. And I gave him his reasons, and I was going to give him the ring back, and he was like, no. He wouldn't let me give him the ring back. And when I did that, I told God, I said, listen.
I finally accepted the ring back.
He did. He finally did accept it back. He did. But in that time, I told God, I said, listen. I said, I know what everybody else is saying. Everybody else done said this. Everybody done told me that's my husband. Everybody done told him that's his wife. But you have not said nothing to me. And I told you I wanted to hear it from you. So God said, oh, really? Oh, okay. So about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks later, I am in prayer, y'all. I haven't lately, and God forgive me, I haven't been doing this as much. But I was staying in prayer. Like, I was in prayer for about a good, maybe hour and a half to 2 hours. And in the midst of me praying, I'm crying, snot, sneezing, all that good stuff. And in the midst of me praying, God says, that's your husband. When I tell you everything dried up, like, I got sober real quick. And I started looking around because I hear God audibly. Like, I literally hear his voice. And usually it's a voice on the inside, but this time it sounded like a man was whispering in my ear. And I stopped and I looked. I'm on my knees. And I stopped and I sat back and I said, huh? And it said it again. That's your husband. And I got up and I walked around my little living room and I wiped my face and I sat down and I said, okay, I'll be obedient. And I said, I'm good with it.
And then she asked me for the ring back.
Wait, we ain't got to that part yet. Lil Daddy said, I always wondered about the picture at your house in the background and how would I feel my woman and another man posted up in my house. Y'all some sneaky.
Well, no, Lil Daddy, that I didn't put that picture out until after. We had took that picture, but you didn't have that poster while we was together.
Yes, I did.
It wasn't hanging up.
Yes, it was. It was. It was hanging up.
When I was at the other?
It was. Because I had gotten it like August, I believe. It was hanging up.
Oh, by August. By the time you got it, we was on the
It
damn
was like
sparrow.
at the end of y'all were already on the
We
down
was
sparrow.
already over.
Yeah.
You really didn't put it up until after. Because I ordered it after.
Stevie said, yes, I did. Yes, you did. I did.
I'm going to look
It
this
was.
up myself.
It was up.
I wasn't sneaky.
No, Low Daddy.
We
See, that's
took
why
pictures.
Low Daddy, that's why you was supposed to be on the front end of this conversation. You missed the whole part
The whole
where
part.
we were saying that we had it was nothing. Like, I didn't like Gov. Like, I was just telling them that he worked my nerve. As we get over, we forget things. That's what Steve said, Gov. Like,
back.
so it wasn't, even after it was told to us, we still did not accept it. Like, we okay, I'm here now. We can recap. We didn't accept it at all. Like, it was nothing that we didn't believe it. Like, none of that. It
No,
truly
when you
was.
start looking at this, when you start hanging up the poster, I was already back at the YMCA. We was
Right.
already separated, so we weren't even together when I got you the poster. I promise you. I
you
bought the
were.
poster
No.
after.
No.
I need to pull up the receipt.
I don't care when you pull
pulled-
up the receipt. We were.
No, we had took the pictures for promotion.
Right.
Right.
And you ordered
However-
you ordered it over the summertime.
I got you the poster after I had went to the Y.
You were at the Y when
I
y'all
wasn't.
were still, yes, you were.
But I wasn't physically at the Y.
Yes,
No,
you
I
were.
wasn't. I didn't physically. No. I didn't physically go back to the Y until after the fact. I didn't go back until after the fact. Because remember, I wasn't. It was an issue with me going back and forth with meeting up with her and all that other good stuff, and she
but
didn't like that.
I still had the poster. Yes, I did when y'all were together.
I'm going to pull it up because I think that is not true.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so based on what I'm seeing, you didn't have the poster.
Y'all, are you looking at is the what's
But
the
we're
call
both
it?
on here together. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but you not looking at the right thing.
This is a year ago to the date.
And I had the poster. I did.
I'm serious, Mama Quita.
I'm not on there. Anywho, back to the recording. Right. Okay. Sorry, Low Daddy. This dude right here, you can't tell Gub nothing. You're absolutely right. But
No, he is absolutely
one
wrong.
thing that I have, and I said this earlier before you came on, is by him having the relationship that he had, I always kept boundaries, because I would never cross over to that side. Like, I respect her, and would never have done that. So none of this came about because we just wanted this to be it. No.
Okay, so
As men, we must prove you wrong.
that's me at her brother's house. There's
That-
no
oh.
poster behind you.
Okay,
I
but-
didn't purchase your.
No.
I didn't purchase this. I had this. I bought that. I didn't purchase this until after I went back after we split. That's when you got this, because I was at your house when it showed up. Remember?
No.
I was. I do.
Okay.
Bad.
Well,
See what happened when you had brain surgery?
whatever. Yeah, I did have brain surgery, y'all, for real, in May. So my mind could be wrong, but I thought I do remember us having that, and I thought we were at that point. But anywho,
No, y'all wasn't. Sorry.
Sorry,
Lil Daddy.
No, cause I remember having that
Still me
poster.
at the house. No poster. You didn't get the poster until after we split. Because remember, I refused to use the card. I bought it with the American Express after I went and got my license. I didn't get my license.
Okay, but hush, okay, I got it. Cool beans. He right, y'all. I guess he right, if that's what he say. This is True Love. My guests keep watching the show. My guys keep watching the show. Thank you. So, she had to wake back morning, coffee mug, and a picture on the left. She didn't have a picture of both of y'all standing there.
Okay.
You're absolutely right, Lil Daddy.
You didn't get a mug.
I did. I
You
got
didn't-
the first set and the second set.
You didn't get a mug until after. I didn't start ordering stuff until after we split. That's when I started ordering and making purchases. That's when I bought this. That's how you got it. That's how I bought the one Stevie Steve created for us. That's how you got it. You didn't get this until after we split. So I wasn't no sneaking around, and I
Well,
wasn't.
no. We already
It's
said
standard.
that.
Right.
Right. So whatever. Okay. So anywho,
Yeah.
we done lost a whole lot of time trying to argue about this whole time frame.
You still got 20 minutes left.
So it took a minute, but after God told me what He told me, then I was willing to accept it. And it wasn't until March of this year that I actually asked him for my ring back. And yes, I did. I had to go back. I had to swallow all of that I had said, and I had to apologize, and I had to ask for my ring back. And he was feeling some type of way, but he wanted me to have it. He did.
Boo.
He did. And I'm not even going to lie, even all the way on up. Okay, my customer wants to know who is right.
That will be our Stevie Steve. You can tell your customer that Gov is correct. Let me just help you out. That will be I. Thank you. Matter of fact, customer, go on YouTube to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. You can stroll down. All the streams are there. You can see it for yourself. Hey. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. Make sure you click on all so you can get all the notifications for when we go live and when we do our pop-up videos. Thank you, Stevie Steve, for giving us another one. Oh, my gosh. Congratulations.
Thank you, Miss Graham.
Thank you, Miss Graham. Let me help you out, Stevie Steve. Let me help you out there.
So, can we get on with the story? Jeez. So, y'all, it really... in December of last year, I found out that I did not find out for sure. But in December of last year, I don't remember if y'all remember, when I had gotten sick and I wasn't on the show for about 2 weeks. It was about 2 weeks. I had went to the emergency room and found out that I had something called a Chiari malformation. And at the time, I did not share that with anyone except for my sister, since she was there with me. And if she wasn't there with me, she probably would not have known either. So in January 28th, which is Gov's birthday, I thank you, Miss Teresa. January 28th, I had an appointment at the doctor, and I found out that I actually had to have brain surgery.
Right.
And I did not tell him or anybody else until after I had gotten all of my research together, and so that I could actually sit everybody down, him and my kids, because I wanted to be able to answer all questions, and I wanted everybody to be comfortable with speaking about it. And once I got everything together and I told him, he was in his feelings because he felt like I should have told him on his birthday, but I was not going to do that.
She should. Ain't that right, Low Daddy? She should have just told me. It didn't matter what day it was.
Okay, so this is, women think differently from men. Okay, so me, this is his birthday, and I didn't actually. I got the information. My doctor and my surgeon had told, they had sat me down, talked to me, told me everything. But I wanted to physically be able to have something in my hands to show my family where I was, what needed to be done. And I was not going to come to him on his birthday and tell him, oh, by the way, I got to have brain surgery.
Happy birthday.
Everybody was, somebody hears brain surgery, then the first thing they think is, oh my gosh, like, are you dying? Like, I wasn't going to do that. So it was about 2 weeks later. No, it was the next week. It was actually 1 week later. It was the next week. I had gotten everything together and I told them. And I was supposed to have the brain surgery on March the 18th, but the city shut down on March the 17th, and I couldn't have the surgery. My grandmother passed on March the 1st. We ended up burying her on my sister's birthday, March the 7th, and my birthday is 2 days after that, March the 9th. So we had like a whole lot of stuff that happened, but through all of it, he was right there. Even when through the pandemic, when everything was shut down, the quarantine, all that good stuff, I ended up having surgery on May the 6th. He was here with me and the kids, taking care of everything. And we ended up getting married on June the 20th. And the funny thing about June the 20th was God had gave him that date. Like, he had prayed, asked God what day we were supposed to get married. God had gave him that date. And then he asked his mom, and what happened?
And I didn't believe it. Well, I ain't going to say I didn't believe it. I said, Lord, I heard you, but I just want some confirmation. You know how you just be wanting that confirmation. So I just happened to walk into the house, and I said, Mom, me and Quita going to get married. I already knew that. Oh, okay. Cool. Hot beans. So what would be a great wedding date? She didn't pull out she didn't look at no calendar. She didn't do none of that. She was like, June 20th. And I was like, all I could do is just give God praise. I was running down the hallway screaming. People was looking at me like I was crazy as hell. So, and that was the confirmation of the date. The crazy thing was, before all of the pandemic and everything, it was people like Low Daddy, Stevie Steve, Miss Margot. Like, we literally had y'all on the guest list. We literally was sending invitations to you guys.
We actually got engaged shortly after Thanksgiving.
Right. So we was sending out invitations. So it was, so he was like, well, who are we inviting? And I was like, everybody that we feel that. I really only wanted people I knew that loved us at the wedding. I didn't care if you knew me. I didn't care if you were related to me. That meant nothing to me. It was the people I knew who had love for me, people who wanted the best for me. So we went down family names. We went down people that we knew that loved us for who we were. So it was, like I said, it was, Mama Tyson. It was Stevie Steve. It was Low Daddy. It was Low Daddy's wife. It was Miss Margot. It was like we had people that was on the show who we knew that was close.
Miss Gina and Miss Graham.
Right. People who we knew that was close, that can get here. When I look at people like Miss Gina, Miss Graham, they're coming all the way from California. So that was kind of far. I didn't really want to put strain on anyone. But people I knew who were close, people I knew who was already on the Eastern Seaboard, people I knew who could move when they wanted to, like Low Daddy and his wife, like Stevie Steve, like Miss Margot, Miss Tyson is here in Atlanta. So it was like I only wanted people around, who loved us. Her moms, my mom, dads, sisters, and I wanted it small. So by it, and I didn't really want a real big wedding. I wanted it real small, real compact, and even her friend, it was like, what do you mean you only want people here that love you? I said, cause church or no church, I'll beat brakes off for you. It is what it is inside the sanctuary. At least if you inside the sanctuary, you already near the altar. So when you get these hands put on you, we can just roll you on over on the altar and get you healed all at the same time. And plus, I know the type of pastor I got. Like, my pastor ain't no joke. Like, you can't just show up in his church with no foolishness, because it's nice as he seems to be, including our executive pastor, even the one that's in the commercial. It's nice as he seems to be. They not wrapped too tight at all. And when I say at all, they not wrapped tight at all. Y'all might see the replay on this. I love y'all, gentlemen. I really don't care. Y'all know I don't. But he said, wait a minute, let me check my mail for the invite. So we were supposed to do another marriage on the day after Thanksgiving. Actually, it was supposed to have been that Saturday. This is so everybody can have a Black Friday shopping while they was here. So, but they still haven't really opened everything up and things of that nature. So don't worry. Everybody gonna get the invitation. I'm gonna give my wife the wedding that she want. So please understand, if you can make it from the West Coast, let us know. But I did know, like I said,
Mama Tyson said, them not the hands you supposed to be laying. Jesus.
Jesus say lay hands on the sick. He didn't say how to lay hands on them. He just said lay hands on them. So if you came up in my wedding acting a fool, then I would have just assumed that you were sick. And I would have laid these hands on you right at the altar. It just is what it is.
Miss Graham, you are absolutely right. God already knew. We had no idea. God speaks his prophets and at times send confirmation. You're absolutely right.
I was asking for that confirmation. So it was like, and then like I said, it was the people that, like I said, I just wanted people in there who I know that was that loved us. Not necessarily because you see us, but you have our best interest. Like, Low Daddy been trying to get me a car for the last 5-6 years. It's in
the works, Low Daddy. Believe me, we getting there. Cause my son is getting ready to go to. Our son is going to Florida in January for school. So we got to buy 2 cars. So it's
So
about that.
and it was like, you know, and like I said, it was those that I knew who wanted the best for us. Like I really wanted a small wedding, you know. Everybody in my family wasn't invited. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You know, because if I felt that any given time that, like I said, I would assumed you were sick, we'd have laid hands on you at the altar. It is what it is. My only question is, did Gov and Mama get together? Big Juice, where you been?
Good gracious. How you come in at the last minute asking a question that we all done said?
There you go, Big
Come on
Juice.
now, Big Juice.
Bling.
Yeah. So, yeah, your answer is yes. Big Juice, yes.
So yeah, so
So, here we are now.
so
Yeah.
so her father did choose her husband.
I did not. At all. And the funny thing is, like, Gov is, I've always loved the chocolate man. But Gov is not anything at all like that would be in my type.
Oh damn.
I love a chocolate man, though. Him is chocolate.
Yes. I sound like the
But
first.
the funny thing is, I can honestly say that I fall more and more in love with this man every day. I can honestly say. So there you have it, Stevie Steve.
Miss Graham said, let's see the rain, Mama
I
Queen.
did.
You might have to get close up to the camera, Mama. You know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep it professional. Sight of a true stalker.
So yeah, so I
Oh, Lord.
but she did allow her father to choose her husband.
I did.
And I allowed my father to show me my wife. And I guess the way I worded it the way I did, even though Mama Quita said, well, you can use this or you can use that. But I wanted to use father because I wanted people to think of an arranged marriage. And I wanted people to come in and be like, wait a minute, your father chose your husband? No, what we mean is the heavenly father did the choosing.
But it was an arranged marriage.
And it's been arranged since the before the foundation of the earth was laid. So to every woman out here, allow your father to choose your husband. It's okay to wait. It's okay to keep to yourself. It is okay to wait until God sends him. Because the Bible says when a man findeth a wife, it didn't say nothing about you finding a husband. I understand what it say in Hollywood, and I know what they show y'all in the movies. And girl, you need to get on that and see if you can find them. And negative. What I will say is this to women: put yourself in a position to be found.
Oh. Okay, so look, ladies. This was like a eye opener to me. I maybe a week ago I was talking to somebody, and while I was talking to them, what God said was, in those years that you were by yourself, I started preparing you to be a wife. Because when I got married the first time, I wasn't a wife. I didn't know I wasn't a wife, he wasn't a husband. We was fumbling and bumbling through it, and it ended up a hot mess. But in those years from 2012, it started in 2010, he started dealing with me. But in 2012, me and my ex, like, we were already separated, but everything got cut off and boom, bam, done. Thank you, ma'am. And from 2012 until 2017, in those years, God started working with me. He was cleansing me. He was healing me. He was getting all the mess out. And I did not want to be an angry black woman. I did not want to be a statistic. I refused to be the angry, bitter black woman going into another relationship. But because I decided to have my relationship with God and take it seriously, and that was the one relationship that I put my everything into, God started teaching me how to be a wife. So by the time Gov came, God said, you were a wife.
And the same here for the men. Once you start focusing on God, once you start getting into His Word, once you start trying to do your best, because I'm gonna say this because I think a lot of people get it misconfused. Listen, it's not a 24-hour snap your finger, you're completely whole. This is the reason why Paul said you have to die daily, because this is a process. This is a real process, but God will bless you along through the process. Okay, so you graduated here, so I can give you this. So when you keep moving, you graduated that, so now I can bring this. So now you graduated this, so now I can bring that. So the more you get to know God, the more you get into Him, the more you spend time with Him, the more you build a relationship with Jesus Christ, the more y'all have a relationship and not a religion, then the more you can walk into who you are as a man, you can walk into who you are as a woman, you can walk into your gifts, you can walk into your calling, and then God can be able to use you for the purpose in which you were created. But for the men, what I would say is, you were born to be a husband, but you have to be taught. Women were born to be wives, but you have to be taught. So, like I said, I knew God was working this morning when the scripture this morning was good morning, my mom, was Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, and it said, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. So, trust in the Lord with everything, with all your heart. Not just with a quarter, not just with a half, not with an eighth, but trust in Him with all your heart. And once you trust in Him with all your heart, then it's easy not to lean to your own understanding. Because then you know, you can go to God and say, Lord, I met this woman or I met this man. Are they the right one for me? And He will show it to you.
Y'all, I did that so many times. Miss Teresa, we take gifts. We take them. Big Juice. It was June the 20th, 2020. And Mama, like, I sent you a thing a whole 2 hours ago, and you come in late on our love story. Like, I don't even appreciate you right now, but it's still good because I still love you, though. Okay.
Oh, Mama. Oh.
Low Daddy. For real?
I've been talking to you like you.
Dang.
I've been talking to Low Daddy like Low Daddy been sitting back watching like, oh,
right.
Yeah. I was wondering why he didn't respond when I said we was going to send him the wedding invitation, but, okay, now I see why.
Right.
She said inbox the P.O. box. 6/20/20. That's right, sir. That's when it went down. June 6th.
But look, check this out though, y'all. When we went to get the marriage license, they don't backdate. So the courthouse was closed, so we had to get a whole new wedding date. Ain't that some bull?
But it's okay. Because my wedding date is the day I stood at that altar in front of the Lord and I said I do to this woman, which is June 20th, 2020. I don't care about the court. I only did that for the court just so she can get her last name changed and because we needed this marriage certificate. Other side of that, I ain't really care about the court. Because as far as I was concerned, I was married. And you can backdate it, front date it, change dates, put on next year. You can skip Corona dates. I don't care. I can just tell you 6/20/2020 was the day I got married.
Yeah, that's it.
So I don't really care about the court. I don't care about none of that.
Wait, hold on now, y'all. Two other what?
I'm gonna take on
Together.
Right. That would be a yes, Steve Big Juice. So, but again, allow your father to choose your mate. Allow your father to choose your job. Allow your father to choose your car. Allow him to choose a lot of things in your. Allow him to choose everything in your life, because best believe this: if he's doing the choosing, he's not gonna give you. I'm sorry, I still say that the stalker is Puerto Rican. Hey,
I am not Puerto Rican.
you know she do got them high cheekbones, Steve.
That's Indian. My grandmother was full blood.
That's all a Puerto Rican.
Indian
That's all a
and-
Puerto Rican is.
black.
A Negro, a Spaniard, and an Indian. That's all a Puerto Rican is. That's all that is. So you Negro, the Indian, all you need is just a little skeeter Spaniard. You
You know
know.
what? I'm not. I am so not.
Hey, listen.
Not.
Look, who you think brought everybody across the world? It wasn't the Europeans. It was the Spanish.
Yeah, he chose this new job that I'm going to sign paperwork for right now, and I had to choose between 4 locations, and he told me to go with the one. That's right. That's right. I didn't proofread that. I'm using voice text because I'm driving. It's good.
It's okay.
We
but
got what
I
you
say
said.
it,
Yep.
right. But it's true. Allow God. That's why, like I said, just based on the title and based on what the scripture was for the day, I knew God was working. When I'm telling you, we don't set this up. This is not pre-planned. God moved. So trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Trust him in everything: your job, your career, your car, the house you want, the clothes you want to buy, what you're trying to do for your children, what school you need for them to go to, how you need to raise them, what you need to say, how you need to approach a situation, how you need to look at a thing. If you trust him in everything, you will come out on top. Why am I looking at the screen? You will come out on top.
See, that's why I be looking over there. Okay.
But the camera's here. Listen, if you trust God in everything, he will come out on top. This is why he says, seek ye the kingdom of heaven first, and all this righteousness, and it be added unto you. Seek me first, and I will direct your path. Seeking him first means that you trust him. That means that you trust where he's going to take you. It may look funny. And sometimes trusting God can be very unorthodox, and sometimes trusting God could be definitely out of your realm of common sense and logic. And I've used this before. I didn't have no food in the house. I asked Lord, what we gonna eat? He said, set the table. Do you know how crazy it is to set a table with no food in the house? Do you know how crazy that looked to somebody? Wait a minute. Is this man pulling out the china, setting up table, and he ain't got nothing in the house to eat? Sometimes when God tell you to move, it goes against your everyday logic. It goes against your everyday common sense.
Hey, Brandy.
Good morning, Brandy.
Thank you.
So sometimes, so that's why I love how God set the show up this morning. My father chose my husband, and when she mean her father, she mean her heavenly father, because she trusted in him with all her heart. I trusted in him.
Okay, so let me tell y'all. I missed this part. After that didn't go the way that I thought it was gonna go.
The night walk.
I literally went to God and I said, look, I'm done. I'm done dating. I'm done. If it's meant for me to be by myself, I'm good with that. God, just take away the desire for a husband from me.
But you know what's crazy? When you tell God what you want,
Well, no, because what I realized later, what he told me was he was waiting on me Hold on 1 second. I am waiting for a response from the AMs for those two. So I'll get back with you guys as soon as I get an answer. Mm-hmm. He was waiting on me to surrender completely. It wasn't until, because I remember at the beginning you said we give God certain things.
Right.
I was still holding on to my relationship part. I still wanted control of that. But it wasn't until I surrendered everything that he gave me what he wanted me to have. I wasn't ready until I was ready to actually lay it all down.
And that's how it is. Like I said, a lot of times we trust God with one thing, but we won't give him trust over the relationship. We won't give him trust over the money. We trust you to help me find a house, but I ain't gonna trust you to help me get the money to get the house. Like, so you pretty much walking backwards, you're pretty much shooting yourself. Give me 1 second. So you're pretty much shooting yourself, and you're pretty much knocking yourself down if you don't give God the full control and understanding. So if I give God control over the finances, then that means I can also I can also give him control over what house to buy, because he has control over the finances. What car to buy, where to go, how to live, what to do. But if you completely surrender everything and every part of you to God, I promise you, sometimes it may not look right, sometimes it may look crazy, sometimes it won't make sense to the logic, but everything works out for your good at the end of the day. So trust the Lord with all your heart. Give it up. Lean not to your own understanding. Like I told y'all in the beginning, when it say lean not to your own understanding, to me that means that you're not as smart as you think you are. You're not as bright as the other colors in the crayon box. You're not. For God say lean not to your own understanding, that means that you're not as bright as you think you are. So, but her father chose her husband. And my Heavenly Father chose my wife. And the question is, to a lot of women and to a lot of men, are you willing to allow your father to choose your spouse? Are you willing to just let it go and allow your father to choose what he has for you? So, he said, okay, next week, well, next week, I could definitely tell you we're going to be talking to the men on Monday and Tuesday. I definitely can tell you that. So make sure that y'all invite the men in. We need more men in here because, like I said, God is calling his men. He's raising up a remnant. And that remnant consists of men. He is raising men. God is looking for his men to stand up. He's looking for his men to stand up and to stand on his word. He is looking for his men. So what I can tell you is we are definitely going to be talking to the men next week. Don't know. I got a couple of things that was given to me that I'm still working on. I still got to put together. But one thing I also do want to talk about with y'all next week, hopefully we can get to this on Tuesday, is I definitely want to talk about spiritual warfare. We're definitely going to get into talking about spiritual warfare, and we're definitely going to talk about strongholds and how they affect family, how they affect family members, how this is passed down, and a couple of things that we can do to get up out of here, because the number one killer for men is sin. So definitely. So if there's anything that you would like for us to talk about, anything that you would like to see on the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show, please hit us up in our inbox. Let us know. Just put show topic. This is probably where you want to go. This is what you want to see, what you want to talk about. So we thank y'all for tuning in. Mama Quita, you got anything you want to say before we leave?
We definitely do take those topics into consideration. I.e. Stevie Steve chose this topic this week and the topic from last week.
Right.
So, can we do Music Day one time next week like we used to?
The only problem with that is Stevie Steve. We would have to find way more independent artists where we won't get flagged. The only reason why we don't do the music the way we used to is because, believe it or not, Stevie Steve, I'm still getting slapped with copyright things off of Facebook of shows we did from Freedom Fridays 2-3 years ago. So I just got a copyright release 2 days ago from a video that we did back in 2016. So now I play artists that I know I can play. A lot of the gospel songs that you hear are redone gospel songs. They are redone by somebody else. So this allows for me to still give you the same song, still give you we can still have praise and worship. The only thing is more so is not done by the original artist. The only original artist that I do know that we have permission from is Marcus Rogers and from our pastor, Dr. C.H. Brady. So, and this is only because I got permission directly from Marcus Rogers to play his music. So that's the only thing is the copyright. Because even, believe it or not, even when I play songs that we own, I still get an email to say, hey, you play Purpose, so Gap Teeth Music is looking for, and it's all under the same umbrella. So
Okay, so thank y'all for staying with us. Hush up. Thank you for staying with us an extra 13 minutes. We love y'all. I guess now I will maybe put a few more pictures up. Y'all know I'm real funny about what I put on Facebook. But
I ain't put up no pictures. Don't go to my page looking for pictures.
That's only cause he didn't even open the pictures when I sent them to him.
I did open the pictures.
He don't even know what he did with them.
I just don't remember if I downloaded.
He tried to act like he just didn't put them up there because he just stop playing.
Because I checked it on the phone and not on the computer. So my plan was to go back to the computer and download the pictures.
Oh Lord.
But the link expired. So I just need a new link.
Okay, so we love y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. Stay safe. Take care of them beautiful babies. All of y'all who do have babies. Brandy, congratulations, ma'am. That star football player you done raised. I'm not a stalker. Thank you, Stevie Steve. We love y'all.
I don't have to watch my back. Cause
we love y'all. And we out.
Yeah.
We out.
Yeah. So again, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, come on over to YouTube to the Wake Bacon Coffee Morning Show. You'll see this handsome young gentleman right here in this sign. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Hit all so you can get all the notifications for when we go live on the show and for when we do our pop-up videos. I love y'all. May God be with y'all. Until I see y'all again on Monday. Bye. We gone. Oh, Stevie Steve. Stevie Steve, did you get a chance to see your commercial?
Play it.
Just for Stevie Steve.
Good morning, love.
Good morning, my love.
It's time for that sweet aroma.
Yes.
I'm already filtered and watered, just how you like it. You know I love it when you're inside of me. It just turns me on.
Well, you know what they say. I am the best part of waking up.